When you go to a cemetery, they show the year you was born, the year you died. It's what you do with the dash that matters. And you know, people don't want you to pass away and hear you had a fancy car, you had a fancy house. They want to know what you did for the people. How did you inspire the people? Did you help your community? Were you a good man? Were you a family man? And that's what I stand for. The young Fat Joe from Flojo was crazy. He didn't understand Fat Joe 2023, you know? So all these years, all these bumps and bruises, all this wisdom and knowledge from being around so long molded me into the man I am today. Prior to rapping, I was in the street life heavy. I wanted to shift my life from the streets to rap, but still in all, you know, tell you what it was like to grow up like me. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, I left my mother's house. You know, I was selling drugs. I was living in a crackhead hotel. People were really getting shot outside the door. I was still a kid. I thought I was tough, but I really was scared. Just being born in the Bronx, New York, birthplace of hip hop, having access. Could you imagine the whole world was just in my block, my community, from writing graffiti to breakdancing to rapping, MCing. You know, got my start at the Apollo. I was there when Big Daddy Kane brought Jay-Z out for the first time. I was there when Biz Markie brought Big Daddy Kane out for the first time. And he did the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And motherfuckers was running up the wall. We was trying to run, literally trying to die on purpose. Like we never seen no shit like this. So my first album was called Represent. And that's what I was trying to do, represent. All I knew was my four corners of my hood and the Bronx, and I was just trying to get my word out there. I had something to say, some real shit to say, and just represent, you know, the real ones out there. It was the class of 92, 93. Everybody from Digging in the Crates, Lord Finesse, to Gangstar, Biggie, early Jay-Z, early Nas. Just such a vibe, man. It was just everybody trying to help each other, everybody trying to succeed, everybody trying to push this culture forward. And it was pretty much about the culture, less about finances and making money and stuff like that. It was about lifting the hip hop culture to another level. Discovering Big Pun, I put him on the second album, and then we just focused on Pun, just making him a rap superstar. And Pun became the first Latino solo artist to sell 2 million records. Frenzy. Latinos never seen nothing like that. One of the greatest lyricists ever lived. We dropped Still Not a Player. We played it on the radio in the morning show on Hot 97. By the time I made it to the lobby, Leo Cohen, Craig Cowman, Steve Rifkin, every executive you name in the world was waiting for me at the lobby like, yo, you got any of us Spanish cousins? I want to sign them now. Big Pun was nominated for 2 Grammys. He went and got the finger waves like Drew Down. It's that iconic picture where we look like the Kingpin, the big ass suits. I remember when we went to the Grammys, they had told us that they do the Hip Hop Awards before and we lost. And Ricky Martin was doing the Living La Vida Loca, and I'm looking around, it's Aretha Franklin, it's Kirk Franklin, it's this one. I waited my whole life to get there. Pump was like, yo man, fuck these people, man. They jerked us. I was like, what? He was like, let's go. I was like, yo, Pun, are you serious? He was like, yo, let's go. Fuck that. You my brother, let's go. I was like, all right, fuck it, we gotta go. A lot of people think if you win, it's the biggest blessing, but you gotta know who's really here for you, who's really with you. And so I went through ups and downs in my career. So there was times I was #1 in America, and then I fell off. And so I got to see who was with me. And then I came back and was #1 in America. And then everybody wants to jump back on. And you know, in this industry, when you fall, it's almost like you got leprosy. It's unapologetic how the people just run away from you and just, you know, leave you. And then I came back again, #1. And so I got to see who my true friends were. At times I was depressed and I needed to get talked to come out the house. You know, when I hit 40 years old, I thought life was over. I'm like, yo, who's gonna be a 40-year-old rapper? That was tough, bro. And I remember Dre came in and he started convincing me. He said, yo, man, you know, Tina Turner made her first hit when she was 48. What? It was like, you crazy? What you over here? And sure enough, we've been rocking ever since. I don't know what story hasn't been told yet, man, but I could tell you that if you study my story and you study how hard it was for me, if you see what I had to go through to become successful, it'll teach you to never give up. I'm just a story within stories. It's a Pandora's box. And so I always came in the game as an artist, a rapper first, an MC, but as an entrepreneur. And then now, 30 years later, you know, it's about diversifying. A TV show with stars, executive produced by LeBron, executive produced by Diddy. Then I have a book I dropped out, the Book of Jose, which is one of the greatest hip hop memoirs ever made. And I read them all. And so we have a TV show based on that with Kenya Barris. We have a one-man show where I'm getting introduced by Dave Chappelle. And I'm pretty much doing like a Mike Tyson, John Leguizamo, Beastie Boys, you know, bring you through highs and lows, make you laugh, make you cry, explaining different stories in my life. You know, people call me the best storyteller in hip hop, so I might as well tell them some stories. And boy, do I got them.